I can't imagine too many people are basing their decision to buy a mini JCW convertible off of fuel economy, but just in case you are, this video is for you. It's Charlie from Daily Motor, and today we've got the real-world highway fuel economy test on the 2022 JCW convertible. We're going to head out on the highway and do 50 miles out and 50 miles back, averaging 70 miles per hour to get you a realistic highway fuel economy number for this sporty convertible. Before we get started, let's hop out and take a look at it. I've actually really enjoyed having this car around. It's how I like to say, the less serious you take a Mini, the more fun it becomes. It looks silly, but you get that top down and you get to squirt around town, 228 horsepower. It's decently light, you can toss it around. It's smooth. It's not exactly a driver's car, but you can really enjoy the experience from just being in it, regardless of the seat. If you do want to see more on the JCW convertible, check the links in the description. We've got a little sound system test and a DM test drive. So why do we do this test? Well, the EPA's highway fuel economy test, which gives this Mini 33 miles per gallon, that test only averages 48 miles per hour. We know there are people who take their vehicles on long road trips and would like to know what sort of numbers they can realistically expect in the real world. In order to do that, we're going to head over to the gas station, fill up, go out and do 100 miles, come back, fill up at the same pump using the same 3-click fueling method, and get a result. Some things to note for today: outside temperature is 74 degrees Fahrenheit. Our tire pressures have been set to the door placard 42 psi front, 36 psi rear in the cold. We've got our climate control set to 73 degrees auto. Now that might use the air conditioning a little bit, but that's how people travel in the real world, and without it, it'd get toasty in here. So let's hop out and fill it up. It's actually been a little while since we've had a car that's required premium fuel, but gives us a chance to make a quick shout out for the DM membership and a like and subscribe. Helps us out, and we're paying, what is it? $4.35 per gallon. Do this test. 3.645 gallons going in for our first fill. Before we actually start the engine, we're resetting our trip computer and our GPS. We're ready to begin. A few different drive modes in the John Cooper Works convertible. We've got Eco, Normal, and Sport. Actually, technically it's called Green, not Eco. So we're going to do this test in Green mode. We're going to head on over nice and easy to the highway, pick up the test from there. We're not trying to get the best possible fuel economy, but rather a realistic fuel economy number for this car. In order to do that, we're going to get on up to highway speeds at a decent pace, set our cruise control at GPS indicated 72 miles per hour. This torquey little 2-liter has no problem getting up to speed. Looks like our speedometer is reading a few miles per hour above the GPS. No adaptive cruise control, which is pretty surprising at this price point. I think this one costs about $48 or so. Alright, so there we are, settling in about 75 miles per hour on the dash. You do hear a little bit of road noise, that's for sure. Some wind noise as well through this cloth top. It'll be interesting to see how this is as a highway cruiser. So we're going to continue on, catch up with you at the end. In the meantime, enjoy this time lapse of the entire trip. Coming into the end of the highway fuel economy test here in the Mini John Cooper Works convertible. really good fuel economy. We're averaging 40 according to the dash. Not the most comfortable highway cruiser. The seats get a little firm. There is a good amount of noise, but I mean, other than that, it's really not too bad. So let's get on back to the pump and see what actual numbers we crunch, but not a huge surprise if a small, relatively lightweight turbocharged 4-cylinder gets good fuel economy. And also, German cars do tend to do better on these higher speed tests, kind of built for the Autobahn, if you will. But we did average 70 miles per hour. A nice, smooth test. We ended up putting 2.226 gallons in. So 85.6 miles divided by 2.226 is giving us 38.45 miles per gallon. So still 5 miles per gallon above the EPA's estimate, but a mile per gallon below what the car was reading out. 38 miles per gallon times the 11.6 gallon fuel tank's giving you an effective highway cruising range of 440 miles at 70 miles per hour here in the Mini John Cooper Works Convertible. Well, thank you all so much for watching. Hopefully some of you found that useful and or interesting. If you do want to see more on the Mini, check the links in the description. We've got our custom sound test and a DM test drive. And we'll see you on the next one. I'm Charlie from Daily Motor, and as always, drive on.